Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. This week I wanted to talk to you guys about a book that I just finished. I really enjoyed it. It's called The Inheritance Game and I really loved it. So we'll just jump right into it. So I literally put this on my list for Christmas because I heard good things about it from a friend and I didn't get it, so I picked it up myself and just used some like old Barnes & Noble gift cards I had. And so my friend had read it and told me that it was worth reading. So I finished the book I was on, went to it. I literally read the whole thing in like 24 hours. It was really good. And I'll go into generals of why I like it, and then I'll talk about more of the specific stuff later, and I'll let you guys know when I'm going to make that switch, so anybody who doesn't want any spoilers and who hasn't read the book yet doesn't hear anything they don't want to hear. So, for the generals, I liked that it had a nice quick pace to it, and I also liked that it was a lot of short chapters. Short chapters work great for my brain. They make me move through things so much faster, and I think it only helps the pacing to have short chapters like that. And what I also liked was that it was intricate without slowing it down. Like, you didn't have to stop to think through everything, but it still felt intricate and like worked at your brain a little bit. I also thought that she did a really good job with like including details without drowning out the plot and like drowning out everything. You're just like swimming in these details and you're like, okay, I know too much about like what that tree looks like. So I thought she did a good job with like giving me enough so I could see it, but not too much where I was like, oh my god, I just don't care that much about what my surroundings look like here. And I definitely like ended the book texting my friend asking when the next one would be out. I'm so sad to hear that I have to wait until like September. That's gonna be hard. I'm really excited to see what happens next. I think that she did a great job of like pulling things together, but also leaving it open-ended enough that I'm like, give me the next book please right now. Like, I'm ready, give it to me, I need to read it. So super excited for the next one, and I think now I'm gonna switch into the details of the actual book. So if you haven't read it yet, this is your time to sign off, and I will see you in the next video. So I'm just going to talk about a few things here, but first of all, like in general, the plot, so good. I loved how she brought it from like from Avery, and like I think she did a good job like going straight into that part of it. She didn't linger too long on like the before of it, which I've definitely seen a lot of books do. She got us right into it and played a really good, again, pacing through the story. There were so many like just solid hits that kept me going throughout on the plot. As far as the love triangle with Jameson and Grayson, I don't know how I feel about it. I haven't really decided. I'm not sure if it felt like almost like a half-assed love triangle where like it just didn't really get all the way there and like felt like it was like trying to and it didn't, or if I liked that it wasn't this big messy dramatic love triangle that you see again and again, and it was much more kind of, I don't know, maybe a realistic version of a love triangle. I also think I didn't want a big love triangle. I probably would have preferred nothing at all, but I also kind of appreciate a different style of a love triangle that isn't so in your face and dramatic and like trying to like a lot of the times those big dramatic love triangles act as if that's the plot. And I appreciate that it wasn't and it didn't try to be. So I'm not sure how I feel about the love triangle. I've gone back and forth throughout the book. Let me know what you think once you read it, or if you've already read it, because I'm curious to see what some other people think about that. I also love Jameson calling Avery heiress. I love when things do that in books. I thought it was clever and cute. Toby being, what was his name, Henry or Hank from the park, blew my mind. Incredible. Loved that twist. Did not see that coming. And I think it was the perfect person to have that all tied together, and I like that it brought us right back to the beginning to show how important those beginning couple chapters were. I'm still curious, did Toby plant himself in Avery's life? Was it coincidence? Is that why the grandfather chose Avery? You know, there's so many different, like, aspects. Now I'm curious, what was the secret from her birthday? Like, I need to know. Has Tobias known Avery since her birth, and that meeting in the diner or wherever was, like, created? Like, does her mother know about this? Did Tobias know that her mother was sick? I have so many questions about those kinds of things. I hope that we get some answers in the second book. Let's see what else. I liked seeing how, like, I liked how she revealed the different pieces of this past, as far as, like, the Emily story goes. I thought there was a nice kind of layering of how that was revealed, and then all together at the end, I liked that I wasn't sure how to feel about Rebecca. I was like, I like you, but I also feel like you're a little, there's something off, and there was, and it worked out nicely. Can we talk about it being the mother? Like, Sky was the one. Wild. I mean, I definitely, like, there was something about her, but T. Major T. I'm curious to see if she's gonna try and wiggle her way back in, or if she knows her place now is nowhere near that house and nowhere near Avery. Is Drake gonna try and wiggle his way back in? Because I swear to God, I'll claim myself. Drake is the villain. Drake is the villain of this book. I don't care if he was only in, there are a couple, he's the villain of this book. I will die on that hill. The drama of Emily's death. Yikes. Big yikes. So that explains why the money and the apartment or whatever, all that Avery asked for Harry was never, you know, Grayson didn't see it when he went to look into what she'd spent, because they probably couldn't find a Harry, or he didn't need it. He didn't, maybe he wasn't actually homeless, or maybe he was. That would kind of suck if he manipulated her to thinking he was homeless and he wasn't, because she couldn't really afford that much to be buying him all these meals, and she was. That would be inconvenient. But that could explain why they weren't able to get to him. Maybe he just isn't technically in a system like that or something. I don't know. But look at it. It's all tying together. Okay. I think that's all I have to say for it right now. I'm definitely having lots of thoughts. I literally just finished reading it, like, in the last hour, so I haven't processed all of my thoughts yet. But it was a great read. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section, and let me know if you have any other book recommendations, because I am moving through some books right now and I'm looking for more if you've got the suggestions. I don't know where I'm going to put them. I've already broken my bookshelf from putting too many books on it. It's actually re-broken again. So I'm going to have to find somewhere new to put all these books. But let me know if you've got anything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye!